you're going to have to get past step 1 to get to step 2 to get to step 3. And if you get confused along the way, raise your hand and we'll address it. But we're not going to just give you the go heal first and then come back, or go. I can't represent my brand or advocate for you or try to help you and not give you the foundation first.
Yeah, that's important. So
Hey y'all, welcome to Verbal Tea, the journaling podcast where we focus more on our own inner voices than the voices of those around us. I'm Globe, your host, and each week we explore topics through journal entries. The conversations that myself and my guests have are based on journal prompts that I come up with monthly themes, okay? And if you want to write along, you can.
You serious, Clark?
Every month, I release a monthly blog with a preview of what's to come for the month. So there's prompts there for you guys to write along with us. And on that same website, you can also submit reviews or even a snippet of your own journal entry for us to read on future Little Teaspoons. You can find that in the show notes. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. This month, we are covering relationships. I know. I know. I'm doing it, y'all.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
I think that relationships are a very popular topic on podcasts, and honestly, probably the biggest inspiration for a lot of people who are making podcasts, because relationships are everything, you know? Community is everything for us, how we relate to each other. That is just like human nature. That is something we obsess over because it's something we can't survive without. I have been trying to avoid going into the relationship debates and things like that. And I believe that my format leans to doing it from a constructive standpoint, right? So we're covering relationships. And I know when you think of relationships, a lot of you guys are probably imagining a Dear Diary scenario where you're like, Dear Diary, so and so broke my heart. And ever since I've been like this. I actually kind of like that. Do it. Write like that. And that'll be probably awesome. You'll probably learn some more things about yourself. But the prompts I've come up with are based on trying to understand how we currently relate to people, what kind of friend or lover we are, what kind of friend or lover we want to be, and how we can grow to be that. So that is what we are doing this month. Today, it is just me, and I just wanted to share with you guys some things that I learned about friendship while writing and journaling about it from the lens of how I navigate it. So, two big things I learned about friendship is that one, my parents have had a huge impact on how I navigate friendship naturally, right? And the other is just some things that I want to work on and to be a better friend. So, the first thing that I learned about how my parents have impacted the way I navigate friendship is that I'm a giver because of my mother. Okay. I got it from my mom. My mom is not big on words of affirmation, physical touch, or really honestly any other of those top 5 love languages because it's rumored there's like 6 or 7, but I digress. My mother is an acts of service type of woman. Okay. And I don't say that just because she's my mom and how she loves on me, but how I've seen her pour into other people she cares about. It's about doing something for you. If she sees that you need new clothes, she won't tell you or ask you. She'll just show up the next time she sees you with new clothes. Or she will propose a shopping date, like, and want to cover the bill. Like, that's the kind of person that she is. And that's kind of the person I am when it comes to friendships. If I see that my friend needs something or I hear that they need something and I have the resources to provide it, I'm going to do it. I'm a huge giver. And of course, there have been times that I've been taken advantage of. I say that in quotations because now I don't see it as being taken advantage of. I was living in my true self and I wouldn't take it back. I am happy every time I get to give because it's my default, it's my nature, and I get it from my mom. Another thing that I realized is my father is all about seizing the moment and kind of losing the concept of time when it comes to bonding with people. And I think that it may be something that's just special for us, like me and my brother, because my parents were divorced. My father got to pick us up roughly every other weekend. And because he has such a short time with us, I remember vividly every Friday night he picked us up. We were up late at night. I mean, my father would talk to us until he was delirious from sleep deprivation. Like he would say some of the wildest things because it would be 3 in the morning. And they're like really fond, vivid childhood memories for me. But he would just seize that moment and be super present, forget everything, like forget to eat everything. And I'm that kind of person now. So I never like to go on dates where there was food involved because I wouldn't eat. When I go out to eat with my friends, my husband makes fun of me because I'm always bringing the food home because I'm talking more and I'm listening more than trying to focus on my food. I am an in the moment person, and that is because of my father. So, those are two things I realize when it comes to how I navigate relationships and how my parents in my childhood has impacted that. Another thing I realized is that I struggle. I struggle, you guys, with not being the solution oriented friend. Okay. So, just a fair warning, I think super highly of all of my friends. Okay. I think they deserve everything that will fulfill them. And I think they are capable of making actions toward getting all that they want because they're amazing. Okay. I, my friends are amazing. I already have a crazy amount of faith in the general people. I'm just like, if you can tap into this, you can do anything. And my friends have already all tapped into something special, and I know they can do anything. So when they tell me that they're in another cycle of something harmful toward them, I just want to help them. Okay, I just want to help them. And sometimes people don't need to hear that, and honestly, most times they don't. And that is something I struggle with, is identifying when I just need to be the supportive listening friend and not like the warrior. I am always in warrior mode with my friends and just protecting their fulfillment and their peace. But sometimes being ready to fight for them is actually compromising their peace. So I want to work on that, and honestly, writing it down and even phrasing it the way I just did right now is helping me, and I know it's going to help me the next time my friends come to me. Another thing I know I can work on when it comes to friendships is, while I am very present when they are in my face, when they are not, I feel like just saying hi is wasting their time because I all I do is what I do every day, and I, unless I'm seeing them or going somewhere with them, I'm not really doing anything that exciting. And so I feel like I don't check in with my friends enough. And I also think it has something to do with the fact that my closest family members growing up were my mother and my brother, and they're incredibly introverted. But now that I am owning who I am in more extroverted spaces. So I'm connecting with more extroverted people who do need more frequent communication. And I could do a lot better with fulfilling that need of theirs and being more proactive with communicating with them just on the day to day and just building those relationships, especially as an adult now trying to make friends. It's already a struggle. And I don't think I'm doing myself any favors by doubting how worthy I am of talking to frequently. So I am going to work on checking in with my friends more frequently because I identified that need when I journaled. So this sounds like an advertisement, right? But this is really what I realized when I started to journal about relationships in general. I started with friendship, and it just really gave me a powerful perspective where I left with a tool belt of how I can start to nurture the friendships and relationships I have, as well as how I can, show up better the next time I get to meet someone new as well. I hope that inspires you guys to journal. And next week, we have an amazing couple who are the hosts of the You Stuck With Me podcast coming. They're a married couple and they're going to be discussing romance. So I hope you guys tune into that. In the meantime, you can keep in touch with us at Verbal Tea Time on Instagram and TikTok, at Verbal Tea on anywhere you stream podcasts, including wherever you're listening to me now. I am so excited to just deep dive into relationships with journaling, y'all. You guys don't understand. I'm so excited. I'm nervous, but I'm so excited as well. And like I said, you guys can share your thoughts on this episode, previous episodes, the podcast, my outfit, whatever. You can share them anywhere that you see the comment button. Okay. If you see Verbal Tea in the comment button, tell me how you feel. In the meantime, until next week, you guys, please, please do this. Listen, come here. Spend some intentional time with your thoughts. Okay. Whether that's journaling or meditating or talking to your spouse with no filter about your feelings and thoughts, spend that intentional time. Okay. And then, as always, focus on thriving instead of just surviving, and be well.